Celebrities are known for their lavish lifestyles, the fancy cars, the expensive clothes, and the massive houses. They have it all, and boy, they sure do know how to flaunt it. But what if we told you there are few of them who found peace living low-key? Crazy, right? Well, keep watching today's video to see which celebrities prefer living their lives off the grid. First at number 20, we have Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are one of Hollywood's most charming power couples, but they're less lavish than they appear. They're a quiet couple who live in a country estate in Bedford, New York. You can find countless photos of the couple at Hollywood events or videos on celebrity news with cameras flashing erratically around them. That's probably why they prefer to stay off the grid. Moving on to number 19, we have Daniel Day-Lewis. Regarded as one of the most exceptional actors of his time, Daniel Day-Lewis refrains from letting fame get to his head. He's kept a low profile and avoided Hollywood gossip even at the peak of his career. He's lived in his father's homeland for more than 20 years and is a dual citizen of both England and Ireland. Day-Lewis, according to Irish Central, is the proud owner of a 100-acre Georgian estate in County Wicklow's mountains. Up next at number 18, we have Tom Hardy. The British actor Tom Hardy didn't get his big break until the 2010 film Inception, but that hasn't stopped him from taking over Hollywood and building his own empire ever since. The action star seems to have a soft spot for the idyllic southern region of France and its way of life. In 2014, he married Charlotte Riley in secret at Chateau de Rosan, in presence of just their closest family and friends. Following up at number 17 is Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts doesn't live in the heart of all the LA hype, but she's also not very far from it. Roberts moved to Malibu, far from the spotlight but still close to her place of employment. After 10 years of owning a small home outside of Taos, Roberts and her husband Danny Motor invested in a 32-acre ranch nearby. Locals frequently see the actress and her family out and about, making it one of her most frequently visited homes. Let's look at number 16, Tom Hanks. It's difficult to picture Tom Hanks as anything other than a typical family man, and just as we expected, he lives off the grid on a ranch in Idaho. Hanks is well known throughout the town and is frequently spotted in restaurants by locals. The town of Ketchum has welcomed a number of famous residents. Perhaps Hanks enjoys the surrounding mountains, or is it the name Sun Valley that attracts him? Now for number 15, we have Jon Bon Jovi. He's seen a million different faces in his live shows and he's rocked them all. However, when the Bon Jovi frontman isn't playing his guitar live, he returns to New Jersey, his birthplace, where he's lived all of his life. The New Jersey native lives in a mansion there with his family, as well as a residence in New York City because he's never been a fan of the Hollywood facade. Moving on to number 14, we have Wiz Khalifa. Rappers are typically assumed to be driving around in their posh cars in local LA neighborhoods, but Wiz Khalifa leads a different kind of life. Wiz Khalifa bought a home in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, where he likes to spend most of his time. It's far away from the gleaming life of LA. Khalifa lives a very private life not too far from Pittsburgh. Next up at number 13, we have Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, who's arguably one of today's most electric actors, has a collection of homes to match. With his net worth, he's bought homes in the Bahamas, the south of France, and Kentucky. Depp has a 42-acre horse farm in his native home, Kentucky, when he starts to feel a little cramped. He has an entire French village to himself if he wants to embark on a new artistic project. Following up at number 12, we have John Travolta. The Grease actor who strolled around town with a comb and leather jacket isn't quite into the fancy and fake Hollywood. Travolta is a multi-talented man, and he's also a pilot. Travolta lives in a Florida house designed like an airport. He's 2 runways there, so he can take off anytime he wants. How cool is that? Let's take a look at number 11, Sandra Bullock. The imposing Gothic Revival mansion is owned by Sandra Bullock and is exactly the kind of home you'd expect New Orleans to produce. The home is in the Garden District and is surrounded by other old homes and luscious Louisiana plants. Bullock adopted Louis, a baby born in New Orleans in 2010. With her 2 adopted children, she now frequently visits her home in New Orleans. Now at number 10, we have Jennifer Lawrence. This Hollywood diva has deep American roots as she was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky. Although you may have seen pictures of her enormous LA mansion, she's always considered the Kentucky mountains her home. She returns frequently to see her family and support the local businesses. She even organized organized a charity screening of the movie in Louisville after being chosen as the franchise's star in the wildly popular Hunger Games series. Coming up at number 9, Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep has long dominated the film industry, and she doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. She has a long career that has spanned decades, giving her plenty of time to experience everything Los Angeles has to offer. Streep and her family first relocated to Connecticut in 1985, then returned to Los Angeles, and after getting tired of Southern California, they bought their current estate in Salisbury. Next up at number 8, we have Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey's strong Texas accent serves as a constant reminder of his roots in the South, and he frequently maintains it in his acting roles or only lightly masks it. He's a beautiful mansion outside Austin. The home has 9 acres of land and a Spanish-style exterior. It's situated on the shore of a remote lake. It's the perfect getaway for her celebrity life. Following up at number 7, we have Robert Redford. There is no better place for Robert Redford to retire than the upbeat town of Sundance, Utah. In addition to owning his own ranch and house, Redford also owns Sundance Mountain Resort, a ski area that pays special attention to the environment and local culture. The Salt Lake City Airport was named after the 82-year-old actor in recognition of his contributions to the state. The actor has long been a Utah enthusiast. Let's take a look at number 6, Demi Moore. Bruce Willis, Demi Moore's ex-husband, introduced her to Hailey, Idaho, and the two enjoyed many years of blissful marriage on a fairly large estate. After their breakup, Moore was so long enchanted by the town that she bought a home there. The actress has stayed in Idaho for a long time. She still owns property in the area and visits there anytime she likes. Now for number 5, we have Adele. The singer, who's the power to shatter windows, calls London her home. She's remained true to herself and hasn't left her homeland in favor of the extravagant Hollywood lifestyle. The singer lives in a quiet house in one of the aristocratic suburbs of London and keeps a very low profile. Coming up at number 4, we have Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis has spent a significant portion of the last 30 years or so in the city filming movie after movie as Hollywood's go-to bad boy action star. However, he's always felt more at home in rural areas. For a while, he called the small town of Hailey, Idaho home. He and his wife Demi Moore made a quiet home there to raise their children. Let's take a look at number 3, John Mayer. For years, his voice has calmed us, but offstage he avoids the spotlight like the plague. The musician doesn't reside in New York, he prefers quiet places, and wants to live his personal life away from all the lights. Now this dashing guy lives on a farm in Montana. How down-to-earth can one be? Following up on number 2, we have Eminem. The fact that Eminem has always remained true to himself and has never concealed himself behind a mask is something we truly admire and respect about him. Even when he became famous, he continued to rap about his upbringing and past, and didn't leave his previous life behind. Instead, he chose to remain in Michigan, calling Rochester his home. Lastly, at number 1, we have Christian Slater. Everybody knows how hot and muggy Florida gets, but Christian Slater doesn't have to worry about that. He can just chill in his pool. Slater's home is modest for a celebrity, but it was updated before it went on the market in early 2013 and met the needs of the star. Slater married Brittany Lopez soon after arriving in the Sunshine State, and the pair have spent a lot of time in their Spanish-style mansion. That's a wrap for this video. Would you ever consider living off the grid? Let us know in the comment section down below. Make sure to leave a like and share the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and more videos like this. See you next time.